Okay, well, personally I want to take a moment and thank you. If you're stopping to watch this video and hopefully going on to helping the transport out, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It does mean the world to me. And before we get into why I'm doing all of this, I kind of want to go into some background on what the transport is. Started out in animal rescue pretty young. I was about 13, 14 years old. My mom would take me down to a local shelter to volunteer for some school-related community service hours. And as we started volunteering more and more there, we just got really involved and came to love animal rescue. Did that for several years throughout high school. Then life kind of got in the way. When I got a little bit older, I started getting involved again. And then there was a local rescue that was just starting up that I got my mom involved with that because she was running her own catering company at the time. And she'd do like sandwiches, cookies, lemonade, stuff like that, sell it at adoption events to try and raise money for the rescue. So it kind of became a family thing where we were all involved in rescue. Every time I had a new foster dog, have to bring it over for my mom to meet them, and had a few foster fails along the way. Wound up adopting the dogs I was fostering instead of getting them out to foster. So about 2 years ago, my mom got really sick. It turned out to be lung cancer. Within 6 months, she had passed away, died from the lung cancer, and I was really kind of left with this. What do I do? My mom meant so much to me. What can I do to kind of keep her memory going, her life, her essence, whatever you want to call it. And I thought about, well, I'll start an animal rescue, and then I started thinking more about that. I'm like, here in Colorado, animal rescues are just all over the place. And one of the things that they have difficulty with is transport. So I decided to start a rescue transport. So that, drive out, pick up dogs, bring them to rescues, pick up dogs from local shelters, take them to a sanctuary, take them to other rescues. We've driven all the way to the Canadian border, to Sweetgrass, Montana. Took a bunch of pit bulls there. And then that kind of coalesced into something. Pit bulls don't really bother me, so that kind of became our niche thing, that we did a lot of pit bulls, but at the same time, we were open to other animals as well. I did some trap, neuter, release of cats, where pick cats up from veterinary clinics, stray cats, pick them up from the veterinary clinics and release them back into their colonies after they've been spayed or neutered, so they weren't able to reproduce. So it kind of turned into a thing. Unfortunately, it's not cheap. There's vehicle upkeep, there's gas. I have an SUV for this, so I don't really need hotel room costs. I can sleep in the back of my truck at a rest stop. So what we offer that's different than other transports out there is that other transports rely on a leg system, where they have drivers meet up in different areas, and one driver passes off a dog to another, and then so on and so forth. That can be very stressful for the animals. They're coming from not the best background, having been in a shelter. Who knows how they got to the shelter, whether it's stray, owner relinquishment, stuff like that. So it increases the likelihood of a dog getting away, dog getting scared and nipping at somebody, or heaven forbid biting them. So that's kind of where we differ. When we're hired to do a job, we drive from the Denver metro area. We go to our pickup location, pick up the dogs, we load them up, we bring them back. The only stops along the way are like water and pee breaks. Try not to feed them on the runs because dogs can get car sick. So that's kind of where we differ. And that's why I'm reaching out to the internet, to the World Wide Web for assistance. Is that these rescues, it'd be a lot easier for these rescues to bring animals in if they didn't have to worry about paying the transport costs. If stuff like that was paid already, they didn't have to run fundraisers or use their other funds for veterinary work, stuff like that. You know, scarce funds to begin with. So that crap. And I apologize, I'm not used to doing this sort of thing. That's why I'm looking towards the crowdfunding, to still be able to do this, you know, in a cost-effective manner that isn't costing me a lot of money and isn't costing animal rescues a lot of money at the same time. You know, and our qualifications, our requirements for transport are pretty low compared to other transports. You know, there are transports out there that you have to apply, and you have to wait 48 hours, and then, you know, the animal may or may not get on that run. Whereas with us, the only thing that I ask that rescues provide are health certificates, so that when I'm crossing state lines, you know, if I get pulled over, I'm not violating any state laws or anything like that. On the page, the fundraising page, there's a link to our Facebook profile. We have pictures of every successful transport we've ever done. You can get a pretty good idea of how the animals are treated on those trips. You know, we take care of the animals. We care for them. We sometimes it's a little hard for me to let them go because they get attached on the long run. But in the meantime, I also know that what we're doing is making a difference in their life, and that's what I'm asking you guys to do, is to help me make a difference in animals' lives and rescues' lives, you know, and be just a small part of that, you know. And that's why I offered the sponsorship perk on my fundraiser. You know, you donate $1,000. You know, I only have 3 really decent sized back windows on my SUV. You know, you donate the $1,000. I get vinyl stickers put up, you know, sponsored by who knows what, and that stays on there permanently. You know, it's not like, you know, 6 months down the line I take that off. You know, that stays on there. So no matter where I go in the country, they can see that, you know, John Doe from Iowa or some company from California cares enough about the shelter animals and rescue animals that they put up that kind of money, and who knows, they might even throw some business your way as well. So again, I thank you for taking a look at this video. Please check out the links on the page. There's some feedback from some of the transports we've done. I've thrown some pictures up of some of the more intense transports that we've done. And I thank you. You know, I appreciate you taking a look at this, and if you decide to donate after watching this, I thank you even more. You've made a difference in somebody's life, somewhere along the way. So hope you're having an enjoyable day, evening, morning, whatever time you're watching this, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you again.